What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about The Shadow Queen by CJ Redwine. This book, okay, it's a retelling of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Snow White and the Huntsman. It's all of those classic tropes that we all know and love, and yet for some reason, and this is the reason, this book was so good. I loved it so much, and I'm sorry for any of you out there who don't want to hear this, but I'm about to hop on my Raylo train because this book is so unbelievably Raylo, and I don't understand how this was written before The Force Awakens came out. It came out in February of 2016, right after The Force Awakens, which means this was being written before The Force Awakens, and I don't see how that could have happened. It is so unbelievably Raylo. To me, it's predicting things that we're gonna see happen in episode 9, and I just love it unbelievably so much. But anyway, let's back up a little bit. So, like I said, The Shadow Queen is a retelling of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It is very much a straightforward retelling. There's really nothing new here, especially with the magic system, the way that the world works. We have the Shadow Queen, who is super evil and is trying to hunt down our protagonist, Lorelai, because Lorelai could challenge her to the throne. They both have magic. We have the boy from another kingdom who is a dragon, which is really cool. He is a king just trying to get help for his kingdom. He gets wrapped into all of this mess. It's just, we've seen all of these tropes before, but it was just done so well, and a lot of people don't like this book, and I think that's because they're expecting it to be a high fantasy YA story when this is just a romance. This is a YA romance story. The only story it's trying to tell here is the romance between Lorelai and Cole and how them coming together is going to save both of their kingdoms. This isn't about world building. This isn't about, trying to build up this struggle between Lorelai and Arena. No. This is just a romance story, and I think people who go into this book not realizing it come out on the other side thinking, we've been here, been there, done that, we've seen all of this stuff before. And yes, that is true, but the way that the author writes these characters and the way that the romance is done, I think was just absolutely outstanding. I was obsessed with this book. I messaged my friend halfway through it and I'm like, you gotta start this book. And she listened to the whole thing in a day practically, because it's just so good and it's so much fun to read. I know that this is a series of books, but they're not about the same characters. It's a different story every time. So I'm thinking that that is where the world building is going to finally come through a little bit more. Because as is, it's just kind of a stereotypical, magical world. There's really nothing tangible or unique to it, but I'm hoping that through the other books taking place in the same realm, we're gonna get a little bit more of that coming through. I'm also very interested to see how the dynamics are going to go, because each book is a retelling of another fairy tale focused in on somebody else, and I hope that we can keep that romance element alive. I feel like CJ Redwine just did such a good job with it, and I'm really excited to see how she explores some of these other fairy tales. So I am giving this book an A+. I highly recommend it. If you're not a fan of romance, then you probably wouldn't be a fan of this book. If you're going into it expecting some sort of epic high fantasy tale akin to Throne of Glass or anything like that, you're not going to find that here. But it is still an outstanding retelling of Snow White, and it's just so much fun to read. So I personally highly recommend it. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything I got for today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.